Hello, good afternoon. I'm Aisha Sherife. How are you guys doing? I know it's not easy sitting at home. I hope we all are trying so hard in maintaining the social distancing, washing of hands, and dabbing when we cough. It's not easy. Corona took the world by surprise, and we pray the good Lord in His infinite mercy takes it away. He blesses us with a cure so everything can go back to normalcy. It's May, Mental Health Month, and I decided to do a video on mental health. I have chosen anxiety disorders as my first mental health disorder because for me personally, I had to go through some sort of an anxiety disorder during this Corona saga. When it all started, it was not easy for me. I wouldn't be ashamed to say it. I have been suffering from doomsday phobia. It's something I've had for some time, you know. However, it had been some sort of a check and balance for me when in my daily life, it gets to a point where I'm like, I'm not supposed to do that. It was some sort of a cloak. It's like a shadow. It was always by me, you know. For some people, they have phobias for snakes and things like that, but me, basically, that's my own phobia. You know, fear of the end of the world. It has stuck with me for some time. Even my decision to put on the hijab stems from that. I had several dreams, and I saw the end of the world in my dreams. So you can imagine, I have the phobia, and I get dreams about it, and I'm like, oh, well, Allah is giving me a message to make a change. And Alhamdulillah, for me, that was a good thing because if my phobia motivated me to do something good, it's good. But my video today is not about good stress, which is sometimes called eustress. My video today is when this normal stress, this normal anxiety gets problematic and you cross the boundaries, you're no longer worried. You are continuously restless. You cannot concentrate. All you think about is this fear. That is what my video is about today. So simply, I will define anxiety as our body's response to stress. Before going further, sorry, I should have done this earlier. I'd like to say I'm not a mental health professional. I'm just a regular young woman who has experienced some sort of an anxiety disorder, and I did some research and decided to share my story and help whoever, whether you're a man, woman, child, going through such disorders. Maybe listening to my story will help you get out of it. I pray it does. I actually plan on doing several other videos with regards to mental health because in this time of corona, everyone is stuck at home. It is not easy. For people who are in abusive relationships, people who stay with narcissists, it is really, really not easy. I can imagine what you will be going through. Because for me, when all this started, I thought the world was coming to an end. For a month plus, I could not do much. I stopped my kids from looking at cartoons. I censored what everybody was doing. All I would say, I think I probably said, yes, maybe. I probably said the world is coming to an end probably 10 times in a sentence, to a point where my kids' sisters got upset and said, Sister, listen, you continue to say this. Stop it. You're making us scared. We have not lived our lives yet. We're not even married. Why are you doing this? My mom spoke to me, my husband came together, counseled me. My husband got me to a point we listened to recitations together. We listened to kutubas and things like that. So slowly I got out of it, having quality time with my kids. But imagine you are home with an abuser, you are home with your enemy. I'll say that it's harsh, but honestly, I know what I'm saying. I speak to women all the time. I actually plan on having another video on narcissistic relationships, toxic relationships. Some women live with men they cannot talk to. They're even afraid to laugh out loud in their homes. I've spoke to some of them. It's not a story. So imagine that person was me. I could not communicate with my spouse. I could not communicate. I do not have my mom with me, or my siblings, or my kids. That would have been it. But Alhamdulillah, I thank God for that blessing. So, anxiety disorders have so many ambits under it. I chose GAD, which is generalized anxiety disorder, as my first disorder, because in a way it has so many issues surrounding this COVID-19 that you will see yourself under GAD in some way. Because if you're worried about your business falling, you're continuously worried about that. And it gets to a point you cannot think of anything. He's outside. You cannot think of anything else but that. Then you're slowly losing it. You're starting to suffer from GAD. You take another example. You're constantly worried that your home might break because you're constantly quarreling with your husband. Then it gets to a point you cannot handle it anymore. You will continue to suffer a mental health disorder. And honestly, in our country, there is a serious problem. Most people do not know they have a mental health disorder. They do not know. It is something that is stigmatized to a point wherein people are even shy to say it, that, oh, I have such and such problems. Yeah, honestly, I keep telling some people, I know I'm a strong woman. I know it. I do not break easy. I know that. But trust me, it comes to a time when you need to scream. And I mean gut-wrenching screams right from your gut. Scream! It gets to a point when you need to cry. Cry. Wet the pillow. Wet the towel, whatever it is. Cry. I'm strong. Yeah, I'm strong. But you keep keeping that in your chest. It gets to a point. Your heart is so dark. You lose your inner light, your happiness. You lose you. That is why when stress leaves its normalcy and crosses that boundary, you cannot stop worrying about something. Then you need to see a doctor or go for counseling. So people with GAD, let's come back to the subject. They sit and procrastinate disaster. They just sit and think of future disasters or bad things that will happen. And they start worrying about that. The fear grows so strong, it makes them restless and they cannot concentrate. It affects their daily activities and things like that. It gets to a point where they start becoming antisocial, which results sometimes to you being a psychopath or a sociopath. Those two will be another video, So it is really important for us to know the types of mental health disorders that are there. Honestly, sometimes you see someone sitting and staring right at the wall. And for us in Africa, they will say, "This is what devil gets." That's what devil. Oh, you know. Sometimes it's the weight you're carrying, the weight you have. Sometimes you have so much in your head. It's like you're carrying an entire globe, something so heavy. It's like your head is about to fall off, and you keep worrying about things which maybe if you let it go, you will live on to enjoy much more. Hypertension is a serious problem now in Sierra Leone. Young women are dying. It's getting serious. It's not easy, I understand. The homes are not happy. Business is not thriving. Opportunities are not there. They are lacking. I understand. But we have the little things to be thankful for. Life, hope, family. Yes, some people do not have a family. And sometimes we have people who take advantage of that. But it is well. I know it's very difficult right now, especially because for some people, their pastors and imams or sheikhs are their guidance counselors, and they are not available right now to go see other churches and things like that. But just try to find an inner peace. Find that one thing that makes you happy, that makes you smile. Take things one step at a time. With GAD that I'm talking about, it does not have a particular trigger that has been discovered to say, well, this is what causes GAD. There are just certain factors that have been cited which tell whether the you know you your anxiety disorder can be traced from that source. A family history of anxiety disorders has been cited. Good old abuse, or should I say bad old abuse? Abuse has been there for so long. Child abuse, domestic abuse. It's been there.